This is Jacob Schmidt with deerhuntingschool.com. In this video here, I'm just going to show you a camera arm that I made. If you want to do any filming, self-filming or whatever, the reason I built this one was to self-film. I'm going to start filming the hunts instead of being on my bow on the camera arm. So maybe I can get some good footage of deer, because I've filmed many a deer that I wouldn't even post because they were so shaky because of I was holding it on my bow, so I got this for steadiness. But the reason I want to show you, obviously it's not quite 100% done, but I'm pretty close to done. The only thing I want to do is change out these neoprene washers here for some bigger round washers. That way it holds it more straight. See, now it kind of sags. And the reason for that is you want it to be able to smoothly move. And then I need to put some camouflage on this thing so it's not shiny or nothing. I'm just going to take some tape and put on it. But anyways, this camera arm here, I actually looked at a camera arm that was about $200, and I just kind of copied off theirs and made this here. This camera arm cost me 50, maybe 60 bucks for everything, somewhere right in that neighborhood to make, and probably took me altogether hour and a half, 2 hours maximum. I had to go back and forth to the store a couple times because I wasn't quite prepared completely, as far as I didn't know how I was going to put this screw here in. And this screw here is to, when you put it on the tree, I've got this a V, so you fasten on the tree, and then you see this eye hook. I have the strap, I didn't have bring it in here, but I just hook it on here, wrap it around the tree, hook it on, cinch it good and tight, and then this screw I screw in or out to keep this camera arm level. And now this is a 3-arm camera arm, and all it takes to build it is some 1-inch tubing. Now I chose aluminum tubing, so it's lighter, and then a couple bolts. You got some here, I think these are 3-inch two 3-inch bolts here, some really thick washers, neoprene washers, so that it'll spin. Now you want neoprene washers so that it spins real easy, and the reason you want it tall like that is so this thing can swing over the top of it while you're filming, because if you're out there filming and that swings and hits, you're going to have some noise, plus it's going to be difficult, especially if you're self-filming, to bump into that. Now this here, it bumps a little bit right now. That's the reason I want to get another washer. But I'm going to eliminate that when I tape this up and camouflage this. I'm going to put some padding and stuff in them areas so that it makes sure, and just in case it does, there's no sound. Now this will swing like this in all directions. This V locks it down to the tree, and all that is a piece of like 1-inch wide piece of steel, and I just bent it. If you have a vise, you can bend it in a vise. I don't have a vise. I used my utility trailer. I have a utility trailer, and I stuck it in between the boards and bent it like that. And it's the same thing here. That there's about like $7 or $8 for a piece of that, and this one piece is enough to do the whole thing. And then this tubing is like $12 a piece. I had to have 2 of them that were 3 foot long, or you can buy one 8-foot one for like $30-something if you want to go that route. And then an eye hook, a couple bolts here to bolt this on, 1 bolt to run through this, and then this is neoprene washers here. They're thinner, so that spins freely there. And then you got to have at the end here, I have a camera arm, a head. Problem is holding the camera right now, but all I got to do is just screw my camera head on here, and then I have a camera head. I use a pistol grip. I thought about this. I use a pistol grip because it automatically locks it down when I grab it. All I do is squeeze, and I can rotate the camera, and when I let go, it's automatically locked down, so it's less movement, and I don't have to actually tighten nothing down. It's just automatic. It may not be the smoothest thing in the world, but for what I'm going to use it for, self-filming, I think it's going to work great. Now, one other part that I'll show you that'll save you some time, because this was the part I had to go back and forth in the eye hook. I had to go back and get the eye hook. I had to go back and get the correct length bolts. I got the wrong length bolts the first time. I didn't realize, I didn't think about that I was going to use these thick washers. I wanted the thick washers, so I went back and got thick washers, the longer length bolts, which are 3-inch bolts, and then these thick washers, okay? And I'm going to get bigger round thick washers. I may have to order them off the internet or whatever, but you know, it's much better than $200. Now the only thing that was tricky was how could I get this screw or this bolt in a, to screw in and out without you know, moving, because obviously you could weld it on if this was steel, but I don't know, and I could be wrong. There may be a way to weld steel onto aluminum, I don't know. But anyways, what I got was in the electrical supply. The guy at Lowe's was really nice enough to help me out, or Home Depot actually. This guy was at Home Depot. And you can buy every bit of this at Lowe's or Home Depot, every piece of it, for about $60 in about an hour and a half, 2 hour tops time to build it. Okay, was this right here, and it's called a spring nuts steel. That's what it's called. It's in the electrical part, and it actually fits down in there. And I like the spring on it because it holds it tight. Because actually, you can push that in against the spring, but I'm going to be screwing it to the tree, into the tree, holding it from going in or out. And I'm going to get something to put on the end of this where it's a little bit wider so it doesn't screw in the tree as much. And then I want to get a knob. If you have an idea, you can even leave a comment below this video if you have an idea the best way for me to put a knob on here if I haven't already done it. I'm trying to figure that out so that I actually can turn that, because obviously I'm not going to be able to turn this too good. But until then, if I don't figure it out before, I'm just going to leave this, I'm just going to get it good and level and then actually strap it tight once I get my screw in. But I'm going to put a knob on here at some point. And I'm going to put something on the end here that's not so pointed. Maybe I point a little bit so it digs in the tree a little bit, but I don't want it to continue to sink into the tree or come loose. Okay, so anyways, I think that's about it on this. Guys, you can make one for less than $60. You'll need a hacksaw, something to hold the metal while you bend it. You'll need a drill. You know, I just drilled some holes in here. I don't know what the weight this thing would support, but I can almost assure you by looking at it, it would hold a lot more than a camera. You could hold a professional camera on here. And actually, I'm going to be shooting with a DSLR, which is a you know, very expensive camera. Is a camera that I'm recording with right now, but on here. So, anyways, that's basically it. So you can, if you're interested in you know, a camera arm, you can build your own like that there, like I just told you. And then one other thing before I forget is this arm here that comes off of here and this top arm are the same length. This middle arm is a little shorter, and the reason for that is if you make them all the same length, then this is gonna hit back here and stuff, especially if, okay, this is bolted to the tree and I'm filming out this direction. Even if it's straight out, if I'm filming in this, you don't want that arm hitting here or the tree. It's got room to be able to maneuver around the tree without hitting it. Whether if you go with the same length, it'll be all back in here and it may hit the tree or this arm at some point and limit your ability to move. So it's a 3-arm camera arm, as you see. You can hook up and it's going to work really nice, or I can hook it to the tree like this and really I will literally be able, I can literally film anywhere around me, which the camera head, the head is holding the camera, like I already said. So it's going to be here, and you know, obviously the camera's going to be there, but you know, I'll be able to film behind me and easily, you know, have room to stand up and make a shot behind me if I'm able to. I'm probably going to worry about killing deer more, but anywhere around me. Then I'm going to have a pistol grip handle so I can just spin it, film over here, you know, whatever, and it'll be a really steady, a lot steadier video. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this video here. Look for some of my self-film hunts coming up this season. This will be the camera arm I'm using. Like I said, I'm going to make a couple little more adjustments on it. Very simple. I'm just going to replace these washers, and I think that's it. I'm going to, oh yeah, and I'm going to put a handle here and do this, but you know, that won't take a matter of a couple minutes. All I got to do is take the bolts loose. And one other thing, you want to use the self-locking nuts on these, because you don't want that super tight, but you want it good and snug. So you want to use the neoprene self-locking nut on your bolts. Okay, here. Here you can use whatever you want. If you want to use lock washers or whatever, you can here, and it really sinks them down. But these movable ones, you want the self-locking nut. So anyways, if you have any questions or anything or comments, just leave them below in the questions and comments. But that's it. I'm going to get some camouflage tape. Tape this dude up real good. I know it's shiny right now. I just got done making it the other day, and obviously I'm not going to be using it for about a month, so I got time to get some tape. It probably won't take more than about 10-15 minutes to tape it up and have it really good and camouflaged. So hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, this is Jacob Schmidt with deerhuntingschool.com. Check out deerhuntingschool.com for more tips, information, things like that on deer hunting, guys. I have educational resources on there that are really geared towards the hunter that hunts out in you know, with everyone else. I hunt public land, and they're not all geared just for public land, but they can help you anywhere. But there's a lot of it's really geared, you know, for the average hunter that has to hunt in the, you know, what I call the real world. So take advantage of them, and you know, they'll help you out. If you take it and listen to it and learn from it, it will definitely help you out. So hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, this is Jacob Schmidt with deerhuntingschool.com. Have a good day, and bye-bye.